Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan, and in this video I am going to go up against my very own Kimi Velocini, assuming I've pronounced that name correctly. Now, it isn't Kimi, so don't get me wrong, this is not another Kimi video, but this driver that I went up against was, well, you couldn't call it dirty. You couldn't call it insane. I don't know quite what you can call this, but it is the weirdest experience that I've ever had in a daily race. Now, whether I have antagonized this driver in a previous race at some point, I don't know. And if I have, I apologize. I try and race cleanly, but I do occasionally get things wrong, or a little bit too frequently get things wrong. So I might have caused an issue and this was payback. Or maybe it was just because we were live streaming. I'm not sure. But this was extremely entertaining, was extremely funny from my point of view. And I don't know what happened. I think if he was a vampire, you could say that he was completely blood raged and he was out for my blood. So let's just flick across to the PlayStation window and let's get into the race and just see what happened. Here we go. So here we are. This is the beginning of the race. We're at the Laguna Seca racetrack, and I'm going to blur out all of the names in this because I don't want to promote this individual. This is not what I want to do on the channel. I'm not calling anybody out. This is just a bit of fun. So if I just come back to my car, or sorry, the car behind me, this one here, and we'll just wait for this to come around, and then I'll change to a different view. So we'll just do the chase cam view, I think. So we're with the car that clearly I annoy somehow. And behind him, we've got this other car. So looking at it from this car's point of view, the first corner is nice and clean. We all get through there quite nicely. I kick up a little bit of dirt on the inside. He then goes for a move down the inside, which is quite nice. I just try and hang it out on the outside. He runs me out wide as we come out of that corner. Let's just jump forward a little bit. So he's run me out wide, and now I'll pick up my car. So I think that that was all fairly fair. Let's just go back a step and just have a little look at that from his point of view, and we'll move to mine. So you can see here we go into this fairly close. I'm leaving him space. He then runs me out onto the edge of the track. So whether that was the antagonism, the fact that he hadn't actually cleared me and he thought that I was rubbing him, I don't know. But even if he did, that wasn't really enough to warrant what was going to happen further on in the race. So at the moment, I'm just carrying on. Now I'm trying to keep this race as clean as I can because I'm trying to improve my SR after some issues. And so I am being overly cautious through this race. So as we come up over the top to come down through the corkscrew, again, I'm staying nicely behind. Now I am running through the whole of the race so you guys can see exactly what happened, and it's all very transparent that I've not done something previously that I am hiding. You are actually seeing this as we run. So I've got a nice bit of distance between myself and the car in front, the white car. The two up the front gets into each other a little bit, so that brings the third place car right into the slipstream as we go across to start lap number 2. And it will all start kicking off very soon, I assure you. As we go into this first corner, I catch those guys up quite nicely. Again, keeping my distance, not touching the car in front. I've got a car behind me that is pushing very hard as well, that Ferrari right on me. He's got a penalty. I'm clean still, everything's all good. I did have a little think about going up the inside there, but I thought, no, let's just stick with it. Let's just keep this nice and clean, and we'll see what happens. Now look, you watch, we go into this corner. Absolutely no problems. He goes a little bit wide. I look to go up the right-hand side, and he brake checks me, and then he punts me. And he's still got his foot in. As we go across, he's going to go across, and he's going to pump me off. So now we are completely right off the track. I can just get back to myself now because it's moved all over the place. So we both rejoin, and I think, okay, he's been annoyed. I've obviously upset him somehow. I've got damage on the back of the car. Let's just settle down. We'll let this damage clear off of my car, and then we'll just get back racing. And he actually goes and takes another guy out there. Let me just rewind that one just a second, and we'll go back to the guy that has been having doing all of the punting and crashing and everything else. As we go in here, he goes a bit wide. There's another car that comes down the side, and he takes another one out. So let's just come back to me for the moment. So we come around this particular corner. Again, he's gone wide. I put it up the inside. I get a nice pass, no touching, nothing going on. Boom, off we go. A nice little punt. He slows it down and carries on, and I'm into the gravel. So now that is 2 blatant hits. Didn't even look to brake at all, just straight in. And he's actually waiting for me now. So I'm thinking, okay, he made a mistake, fair enough. Let's just go by. He's given me the place. Now let's get racing again. But no, he comes in at me again. That time I managed to dodge him. I've got wind of what he's doing, and I'm staying out of the way. The car behind is wondering what on earth is going on as well now. So this is not the punter. This is a different car. So we're just back from him. I put it out on the dirt there, and the punter guy has followed me off. But again, you can see now that he's already squirming around. He's trying to get onto the back of me. And we'll just watch for any brake lights or anything. So he's going across the track. Boom, off we go again. I don't know what the guy's problem was. I mean, it could be a girl. It could be a girl, but I don't know what their problem was. I really don't. I don't know what I've done to antagonize this individual. No idea at all what I've done to antagonize this person. And again, he or she is running on. My car looks really, really battered on the left-hand side. I could have backed out of the race, but obviously I don't want to, because I've already hurt my DR by having races that have failed owing to the current problem that Gran Turismo is facing. So I did want to continue on with the racing, and I thought, okay, we'll just catch up with them, and I'll make my mind up what I'm going to do at this point. Do I just follow him? Do I, or her, do I overtake? I keep saying him. I don't know whether it's him or not. Again, they've slowed up, and this time I think, no, I'm just going to sit behind you, see what happens. And I'm wondering whether I'm going to be brake checked, whether they're going to zigzag around. So it's gone wide there to try and encourage me through. Zigzagging around all over the place at the moment. Just keeping my distance, just following around. Whether they know or not, all I want to do is I want to get a clean race to try and improve my SR. So one of the things I don't want to do is to run into the back of them. And because I called that out on the live stream, quite a few of the people on the live stream were wondering if that was the reason why this person was doing what they're doing, trying to get me into a situation where I hit them and I get a penalty, or where I go off. I mean, I'm zigzagging all over the road. What are we doing? Are we warming up our tyres here mid-race? It's got to be trying to get me to run into the back of them. It has to be. Honestly, it has to be. So completely slowed up here. I mean, we're down to 70 odd miles an hour, which is absolutely ludicrous for this part of the track. We go through the corkscrew, so I'm being a little bit careful. Slowed down quite a lot. Over the top down, wondering whether he's using the handbrakes. I don't see the brake lights going on very much, but constantly inviting me to hit him or her. So at that point I go by, and we're into another hit. Yet another hit. So every single opportunity when I get by, boom, I get hit. That was my own fault. Frustration was kicking in a little bit at this point, and I've also got I've got a loss of downforce. At that point, the individual comes out of the race, disappears. Whether he was kicked or whether he deliberately backed out of the race, I'm not sure. And at that point, I am so far behind the pack in front that my race is completely over, and all I do now is just circulate to bring this race to an end. So that was it. My own Kimi. I don't know what I've done to upset that guy or girl. I really have got no clue, but that was just an insane experience. is an example of supreme dirty racing in Gran Turismo. I don't know. Could Gran Turismo have done anything to have avoided that? Well, I think so, because the algorithm should be able to pick up that that individual was not racing, they were messing around. And that's something that I would like to see the developers build into the game, where somebody's being a complete idiot like that. And I do use that word cautiously, but I don't think there's anything else that you can say. When somebody is playing around, then I think the game should be able to pick it out. The game should know within tolerances where you should be braking, where you should be accelerating, the sorts of speeds you're doing. It should know the faster races, it should know the slower races, in particular in a B-rated lobby such as this. So I'd like to see the game authors do something, but at the end of the day, it was entertaining, it was a bit of fun. That individual might have been looking for their, 5-6 minutes in the limelight on my channel. I'm not going to name them, but it was a bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again on another video coming very soon. If you haven't already, please hit the like button for this video. It will be very, very much appreciated. And also, if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas, and that will help me no end, and it will put a smile on my face after what was a really, really, really grotty race. You couldn't even call it a race. It was more of a banger race, a demolition derby. And you know, for the last lap and a half, as you can see, I just circulated the track just to finish off the race. So I'm just going to leave this to finish up, and as I said, I look forward to seeing you on another video coming very soon. Hope you enjoyed this one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.